Many Indians in Canada are scared. Want to know why? Then read this. So this is a post shared by Chandra Arya. As you can see, he's a member of parliament. In the post, he's referring to this man who asked Hindu Canadians to leave Canada and go back to India. Here, it is clearly mentioned that many Hindu Canadians are fearful after this targeted attack. And read this. There would be an outrage in Canada if a white supremacist attacked any group of racialized Canadians, asking them to get out of our country. But apparently, this Khalistani leader can get away with this hate crime. Hindu Canadians keep a low profile and are considered soft targets. And by the way, Chandra Arya, who is a member of parliament, has faced attacks himself. Read this. For over 10 months, I have been attacked for raising a flag with our Hindu religious sacred symbol Om on our Parliament Hill. Meanwhile, as reported here, Michael Rubin, former Pentagon official, says Canadian PM Justin Trudeau has made a huge mistake, and he needs to explain why his government was sheltering a terrorist with blood on his hands. Also, the former Chief Minister of India's Punjab has written this. When I met Trudeau as Chief Minister of Punjab on behalf of the Government of India in February 2018 at Amritsar, I handed over a list of 9 A-category terrorists to him for action. But the Canadian government chose to ignore the list completely. Due to Canada's poor fertility rate and its aging population, Canada, despite its racist past and present, desperately needs immigrants for its own survival. It also benefits immensely from the money that international students pump into the Canadian economy. It has cunningly projected itself as an amazing destination for foreigners, but only after landing in Canada, many overseas workers and students understand what the real Canada is. It was reported that a single funeral home in the Greater Toronto area recorded 5 dead bodies of Indian students each month. Poverty in Canada is another nightmare. As highlighted by the Canadian Poverty Institute, 1 in 7 or 4.9 million people living in poverty, including 1.34 million children. A shocking 1 in 4 Indigenous peoples are living in poverty, and 40% of Canada's Indigenous children live in poverty. And then homelessness. As reported here, approximately 235,000 Canadians experience homelessness each year. But that number triples when emergency room healthcare data is considered. And remember, homeless people in Canada are vulnerable, extremely vulnerable. Want to know why? Then read this. Winter taking a heavy toll on people who are homeless, from amputations to freezing to death. As reported here, amputations in the Calgary AHS zone rose sharply during a particularly harsh winter, with higher numbers of homeless people. I mean, what can I say here? It is absolutely heartbreaking. But Canada, do you really care about those who are materially poorer? Well, this is a country that was caught hoarding COVID-19 vaccines. Should the global community forget that? This is a country that has committed some of the worst crimes against humanity. To understand what I mean by that, I highly recommend that you watch this video. This is a country that has been described as the porn capital of the world and is shamelessly profiting from the commodification of women. And yet, this country has the audacity to present itself as the champion of human rights and fool poorly informed people around the world. And yes, there is poverty in India, and we can't ignore that. But to broaden your understanding regarding that, I recommend that you watch this video. Thank you, and see you again.